Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of Futon Talks. I bet you're looking for a little bit of a movie, a little bit of a game, a little bit of a non-abstract topic. But what you're gonna get, whether you like it or not, no matter the episode you click on, is my best friend and co-host Christopher Midling.
That's right.
And me. Talking about whatever we want to talk about. Because this is our podcast, and you can't tell me what to do, Mom. All right. What are we talking about today, Chris?
The most abstract topic known to man. Movie theaters.
That's right. They're not a physical place.
No.
Man, I am excited to talk about this, though. And by the way, for you guys who don't have eyes, it's probably going to be a pretty short one, perhaps. Aiming
Maybe.
for around 30 minutes. But who knows?
We don't
maybe we'll impersonate a Christopher Nolan movie and the experience of being in a theater. We'll just scream in the microphone for 3 hours. I don't know. But no matter what, we're excited to talk about it because they're open, baby. I don't know
That's right.
when they opened for you.
A while ago.
But
a year ago.
A year ago.
I'm pretty sure it was like a year.
Straight up, depending on the theater, they are still just barely opening up here.
Really?
Like the
Wow.
nice ones are still barely opening.
In Idaho?
I know, right? Weirdly enough,
I'm surprised they closed.
I know. Well, in Rexburg they didn't. So,
Okay.
the thing is this: Rexburg has the school, a Walmart, and that's all it has. So like our theater, it's all it needs, baby. Our theater is super ghetto.
Yeah.
It's really cheap too, which is nice. But everything's usually like a couple months late, you know. Anyways, and it maybe costs $5 per ticket depending on the day. Like it's really cheap.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's like a retrofitted warehouse. Like it's super weird.
Jeez.
Yeah, I saw the Batman twice in it. It was amazing. But the nice theaters, if you want to go to like a Regal theater or like a Cinemark or like an AMC, like a real one, you have to go to Idaho Falls. And
your voice fell as you were saying that.
It's because it was so far away. Yeah. I actually went there when I said it. But these are the ones where you can like, you know, have food, your seat like reclines. It's like nice. Mm-hmm. And some of those ones are just now opening up. And so people are talking about it a lot at school. Like, man, didn't you gain an appreciation for theaters when you didn't have them because of COVID? You know, that's like the new turn of phrase. You talk about that in the weather. Yeah. And that's how you know that you're in COVID era, you know, wherever you are. Mm-hmm. And yes, is my reply. It did kind of really make me realize how much I missed going to the movies. But there's the thing, I'm not sure how you feel about this, because you and I have been to a bajillion movies together, just without even thinking about it, probably. But like, man, I love going to the theater. I love sitting down in the chair. Mm-hmm. I love all the memories associated with it. Like, I love everything about going to the movies. Yeah. Even getting bent over by the corporate executives as they give me popcorn for $15. I love all of it.
Yeah.
So like, but tell me, what are your general feelings going back to the theater a year late for you? But you know, what are your general thoughts?
I missed it. I like the theater a lot. For this episode, I tried calculating how many movies I've seen in a theater. Ooh. And roughly it's 110.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies in the theater, man.
I tried like remembering movies I've seen when I was a kid. I mean, recently I've seen the Batman, and I guess that's it. I don't go to the theater very often, like probably on average like 3 times a year. That's not including like COVID stuff. That's just like wanting to go see a movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a ton of movies that I saw when I was a kid that my dad brought me to that I shouldn't have seen. Like, there's some movies that I shouldn't have been there.
What traumatic film memories do you have from when you were with your dad?
Let me see. I have the list. I know I saw like I feel like there was a re-showing of Stripes, the Bill Murray film.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Which has
I remember you telling me about
graphic
this.
full frontal nudity in it. I was probably too young to see that.
Is it Bill Murray who's naked?
No.
Well, I'm not sure if that would have made it better or worse.
No, it wouldn't have.
So
I don't know. I remember being like, what was it, 8 or 9, seeing The Dark Knight with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of those movies that like the person up front asked if it was like, are you sure you want to take him in to go see? I think the biggest one was No Country for Old Men. Which is one of my favorite movies, but seeing that in theaters at, I don't know, what, 7 or 8? Whenever that came out. Yeah.
More than 8.
But yeah, Classic. It was a good time.
That's amazing. My parents definitely didn't take me to anything overtly traumatizing. At least not like that. Like I do, funnily enough. I think I might have told this story on the podcast before, but I know I've told it to you at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what movie we were going to see, but I was with both my parents and my sister, and we didn't go to the movies like all 4 of us very often. You know, just because going to the movies, it's always been expensive, right?
For sure.
So I don't know what we were going to see, but we went in, and I could have sworn it was like one of the Jason Bourne movies.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like the Bourne Second. I don't know what it's called.
Supremacy.
The Bourne... Of course it's called the Bourne Supremacy. You know, it was either that or the Ultimatum. It wasn't the Legacy. It wasn't the 5th one. So I was pretty young, like 9. And we walk in, and the trailers start playing, you know, all the music, blah, blah, blah. We're there at the right time. And we've seen like 2 or 3 trailers, and then another trailer comes on. The Disney logo comes on, and Hannah Montana starts singing. And so we're like, okay, it was The Climb. The movie, I think, was called The Climb, and that's the song. I think most people know the song. Anyway, so Miley's singing about her climb, and we're sitting there. We're like, man, it's playing the whole song. Like, this is a long trailer. Mm-hmm. You know, 3 minutes pass, 4 minutes pass, 15 minutes pass, and we realize we're watching The Climb, and it's too late. We watched the entire movie.
That's how they get you, because they start with the song to make you think it's a trailer.
That's right. I had no idea. We were totally tricked.
If Zoolander 2 did that, we would have stayed for the whole thing, probably.
That's right. They would not have been able to drive us away with the intensely horrible quality of the movie.
Yeah.
That's another really depressing memory.
Yeah. At least it was free since you were working there, but...
That's true.
It was awful.
That is true.
We wouldn't even stay for the free Zoolander 2.
I think that's the only movie I've ever walked out of because it was bad.
Me too.
Like...
And I've seen a lot of bad movies in the theater.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how they did it. I'm still offended.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hurt by it personally, Mr. Stiller. It breaks my heart. But there was another experience I was going to talk about. Because there was the weird The Climb thing where we ended up watching the entire movie. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of weird experiences I had with my job, too. Mm-hmm. But before we get into any of my weird, gross jobness, I wanted to ask you, do you have any especially nostalgic memories from going to the movie? Like, do you have a weirdly specific meal that you remember eating as a kid at the movie?
Meal?
Or like a candy? Because, like, dude, this is the thing. This was the thing. I don't know if it was like a military thing, but they had these weird little boxes that had a meal in them, and they came with your movie ticket.
Yeah, not here.
They came with like bubbles. It was weird. I don't understand it. But we watched Hidalgo, and I remember eating like nachos like that, and I had my little box with my bubbles.
Bubbles? Like blow bubbles?
Blow bubbles. I don't know why they wanted me to terrorize the rest of the theater, but it was included in it.
Oh my gosh.
And the saddest movie I ever saw as a kid. I was so disappointed the whole time. I was just sad. Nothing happened.
The saddest movie you ever saw as a kid. Hidalgo.
Yeah, dude. Sorry I didn't see No Country for Old Men. I should have been cultured as an 8-year-old. But yeah, that's a... But I only remember it, I think, because of the food and the bubbles.
Yeah.
And so, for some reason, those all combine in my mind to give me a very distinct, like, taste memory.
I like that. That's good.
Oh, thank you.
When it comes to food in the theater, it's always been either smuggling Dollar Tree candy or, getting the popcorn and the icy. Icy's a must.
Ooh,
that's the only time I'm getting an icy is at the theater.
Man.
Always mix the red and blue.
In me. Do you ask them to do that for you?
Oh, yeah.
How do you approach that? You're like, can you mix them? Can you give me red and blue?
They usually, I don't know. I just ask for a cherry and blue raspberry. And they know what to do.
Huh.
I feel like it's a common thing. Some
I
people
never
mix
even
the
thought
cherry with the root beer or the cola icy.
Whoa. Man,
it's pretty good.
That sounds amazing. I really want to get an icy and get some popcorn.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go see Morbius. I've heard it's the worst movie ever made.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, of course not. You think I would go see a Marvel movie of any kind by myself?
That's true. That's true. That is very out of character for you. There's like nothing going on in theaters right now. I mean, I think
the Batman.
Is it everywhere all at once?
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be like superb. I really want to go see that.
Me too. Want to go get a red and blue icy with popcorn and see that.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll have ices where you are, but
we haven't gotten them yet.
Yeah.
We also haven't gotten healthcare.
They'll probably give you like a tin can full of beans or something, or potato.
Yeah, dude.
Potato slices.
They have donuts. Weirdly enough, is that normal?
No.
Like little ring donuts. Dude, it's the weirdest thing. Yes. So Grace gets them whenever we go, and I'm always like, well, what is this? But they're these like little round donuts that they put in a little oven. It comes out, they're like, hey, you want powder or what do you want on them? And then they put the toppings on it for you, and then they give you a little bag full of these weird small donuts.
Wow, no, not over here.
I don't know if it's an Idaho thing. It was the weirdest thing. I was so confused.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else I eat at the theater. I never went for the candies.
Oh yeah.
I actually hate the candies because of how loud they are.
Oh.
Everything is so much louder when you're doing it in a theater.
Like you don't like opening the box or the candy themselves?
Everything.
Too loud?
When you open like Junior Mints and it's echoes to the entire room.
Oh my gosh.
I remember whenever I would go see Star Wars with Amy and Dusty, we usually would go to Wendy's because that's just right there. Usually would get spicy nuggets. But yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember when you and I would go together to get like a billion Junior Whoppers because we like got those coupons in the mail? Do you remember that?
I don't think that was me.
It was definitely you.
Junior Whoppers?
I have
like
distinct
Burger
memory.
King Junior Whoppers?
Yeah. You were a different man back then.
Junior Whoppers. I don't remember eating a Junior Whopper since I was like 8.
Nah, we did this together all the time. Because I would get those like weird newspaper things in the mail. By the way, I'm talking about this audience because our Cinemark is right next to a Wendy's and right next to a Burger King. Or at least it was.
Oh, that's right.
Is that Burger King still there?
No, it's Chipotle. We have 3 Chipotles in Chico now.
We don't even need one.
I know. And they're putting a Black Bear Diner here.
What? That's a franchise? I thought that was just like a place.
No, it's a franchise.
All right.
Took over the Outback.
No. Not the Outback.
I know. We had like a $50 coupon to go there, and we never used it.
No.
I feel like a fool.
Dude, Outback just has your $50.
Yeah.
Or whoever gave the thing to you.
And then they just added right next to the theater, not a Whataburger, but
I want a Whataburger.
some sort of new burger thing. It's kind of like a Five Guys, but not a Five Guys.
Yeah, like higher quality burgers.
Sure, yeah.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
Well, there's no Burger King there anymore. But whether Chris remembers it or not, we would buy like 3 each, you know, and then like have all the fries and because we could get them for like
I do remember this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you could get them like we would use the coupons and it was like 2 for $5, so we would each get like 3.
Yeah, we used to like eat it in the driveway, or not the driveway, the parking lot in front of
GameStop.
In front of GameStop, yeah.
Dude, freaking weird. But now whenever I pass by a Burger King, I think of that though.
Yeah.
And like it's weirdly connected then to like the movie theater too, because I would pay for that with my Cinemark card because all the money I like got at the time was from working at Cinemark because I was an usher there for at least a year.
Too long.
And yeah, it was too long. And I wanted to share a couple of the weird experiences I had at Cinemark.
Okay.
For reference, I worked there during the launch of Force Awakens. It must have been The Force Awakens.
Probably, yeah.
It was one of the new Star Wars, and it couldn't have been the other ones because I think I was either on my mission or something when they came out. I don't remember. But I remember going through the training for The Force Awakens and thinking that I was like going to be sent off to war.
That's right. I remember this.
They were like so serious about it because I was hired for that event and then just happened to stay afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they always need new help around Christmas time because the big movies come out. But they were like, there will be violence, there will be injuries, and you will have 50 hours a week. It was just like, they were so intense about it. And a lot of people like got almost fired like in the lead up to it. Because they were talking about wanting to wear costumes, and management was like, if you wear a costume, you're fired. And like just all this crazy stuff. Yeah, it was like intense. And then it came around and it was fun. It was like a totally normal day. Like it was a little bit more packed, but it wasn't anything like, you know, like a war zone, like freaking Nam, which they made me think it would be like. So it's almost disappointed.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think that the weirdest dichotomy I experienced while working at a movie theater was the like, you're out in the open portion of the job and the portion of the job where you kind of feel like a sneaky rat, you know? Because like half of you is telling people where to go and like cleaning up and like publicly sweeping and like, you know, telling people thank you for coming to the showing and you know, doing all the cashier stuff and all that jazz. But then the other half of the job is like lurking in the shadows and just watching the movie.
Yeah.
And watching them, but you're supposed to be watching them. But just watching movies and then like picking up the disgusting rooms once they've left still in the dark because like it doesn't get any lighter than when you first walk in.
Yeah.
It's just a really weird job. And of course, the candy eating. Which have I talked about this on the podcast?
Yeah, during the candy episode you talked about the sugar babies.
Yes, sugar babies. Dude, they're the best. I can like feel them in my pocket right now.
Oh no.
And feel the warm sugar babies sticking to like my gums and teeth. Oh yeah. I won't say it again.
Oh, I was gonna go start a story, but if you had something to say, go ahead.
No, give it to me because I was just about to say I'm not gonna you know, do the story
tread old ground. Yeah.
That's right. Get out of here, old ground.
The Cinemark Tinseltown talk is making me think about when Austin worked there.
He worked
and
there?
how?
Dang.
Oh yeah, for a long time. He worked there during Les Mis when Les Mis came out, and that was a huge deal for them. But yeah, he used to smell awful. Smell like butter and salt. He would come home with 3 trash bags of popcorn a week. Just trash
Austin
bags.
would.
Like,
Did he eat it?
yeah.
All of it?
Not just like trash bags, like yard waste bags, like black. You can fit bodies in there.
Probably was a couple.
It smelled awful. I was so sick of popcorn. But he told me way back when, like, he caught someone pooping in the trash can as he was cleaning one of the theaters. And just, I guess they had some of the employees had a money pool sort of thing where they would clean the room, clean the theaters, and they would find the cash, just find people's loose money. And the Cinemark, I'm pretty sure back then, or maybe even still now, they would, management would take the money, of course, like anywhere else you work. Like, you just bring it in and, maybe after 30 days you would get the money if no one claimed it.
Yeah.
But Austin started hiding whatever money he found in the ceiling. And then after he got so much, he would just take it home.
Why wait? I
don't know.
Why risk leaving the money there? Why did it have to get to a certain point?
I feel like he justified it, thinking like, if anybody tries claiming it, I'll give it to them. But in 30 days, I'll take it. And make sure management takes it,
He was managing himself.
Yeah. I think he was just about to become a manager before he quit, too.
Wow, really?
I think he quit because they were almost going to force him into management.
Why would he not want to be a manager?
Because who wants to do that?
I mean, it could be a lot worse.
It could be. But Austin had bigger dreams.
That's true. That's true. What's he up to, by the way? I don't want to speak ill. I am genuinely curious.
He is the #1 salesman for Xfinity in the country.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he works at the Xfinity here in town, and he's #1.
He indeed did have bigger things
to
do than work in Cinemark. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The #1 salesman in the nation?
Yeah.
What is it? Do you get people to buy cable?
Yeah, internet, phones, phone plans, cable plans, or whatever Xfinity does. I think it's cable. And then
I think cable internet, yeah.
Whatever else, family plans, yeah.
Maybe he's the #1 landline salesman in modern America.
Maybe he's the only one.
That is wild. Or the only one, that's true.
Yeah, it is wild.
Dang. Well, good for you, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
What next? I have a few memories.
Oh, give them to me.
I'll go through my list. So, I have a list here of all the 110 movies I've seen. And the first one that comes to mind, really, like, I remember seeing King Kong as a kid when it was in theaters.
Ooh, love that
and
movie.
seeing Revenge of the Sith when it came out with Amy and Dusty. And then, of course, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's terrible.
Horrifying.
But I remember my first date when I was 12.
Dude, yes.
When I was 12.
Wow.
And we went to go see Megamind.
The sexiest movie. The most romantic movie for a 12-year-old, yeah. Or for a 100-year-old, let's be real.
But yeah. Do you remember your first movie date?
Dude,
what
this
movie
is
you saw.
resurrected like this is the weirdest memory. Oh my gosh, this is like so weird and cringy and embarrassing.
Yeah, because you're so nervous when you're on your first date, you know. Knees weak.
Yeah, when you're like
Arms are
kid,
heavy.
You know? I'm nervous. I was nervous on the surface. My palms were sweaty. But this is the weird thing. I was like 8. And it was not a date, but I was deeply in love.
Yeah.
As one is.
Yeah, mine wasn't a date because you're 12.
Yeah. But you know, the first movie you go to with a girl. A girl or something that's like your age, that you're interested in, that you have a crush on. I think I don't remember her name. I'm not like I want to dox this former 8-year-old anyway.
Find her.
But go get her. But I got 2 free tickets to watch Goosebumps? It was some movie that was based off of a book. And it ended up being awful. Oh, no. It's the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Oh.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
So I was like 9 or 8. And somehow I got these 2 free tickets to see the Spiderwick Chronicles. And I was hyped out of my mind. Because this girl really liked them and I really liked them. And I remember just going and seeing it and being so nervous the entire time. I don't even remember what happened in the movie. I didn't watch it at all. I was just thinking about how nervous I was to be there the entire time. But that's so funny. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
and then I remember going on a date to see The House at the End of the Street with Jennifer Lawrence.
What?
You remember that?
No.
It was much more recent. I was like 14. So you're probably like 13.
Mm-hmm.
House at the End of the Street. I was here in Chico, or I was there in Chico. But yeah. Weird. I feel like those are all like core memories. And then with Grace, I remember going and seeing Aladdin for our second date.
Oh, geez.
Horrible movie. I know. And I was like super tired and I was asleep for like 80% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she was sitting on her hand because she didn't want me to hold her hand. So it was a good date. It went really well. But
I'm trying to see any other movies that were on dates. Aspen and I saw Midsommar.
Ooh. That'd be a wild date film. I haven't seen it, but I know what happens, and I would be quite uncomfortable.
No, it was a great movie. I know I went on a date and saw Power Rangers. There's one movie that I remember being on a date for, but I do not remember what the movie was. It was like a double date, and I don't know if anyone else would remember it.
Who were you on the double date with? Who was the other guy?
It was with Jack Meyer.
Dude, I feel like I remember you telling me about this because you didn't go on a giant amount of double dates with Jack Meyer.
No, I did not.
So I feel like I remember you telling me about this. Oh my gosh.
Like there's more. Or the biggest date movie was, well, 2 actually. So when Aspen and I were not even dating really, we were just talking, and I remember we were all hanging out in like a group setting. I was supposed to see Dunkirk with my dad, and I was having such a good time with everyone else that I texted him saying like, could we push it to the next like showing, which was like an hour or 2 later. Totally worth it. We saw the movie, it was fine. But I felt really bad afterwards. But
that's right, you should.
I should have
neglected your papa.
But then the next movie was Spider-Man: Homecoming. That was technically our first date. We didn't even go see the movie. We just sat in the parking lot talking for 3 hours and then just went home. So
beautiful.
Yeah. Eventually we did go see it.
Was it as good as the talk?
No.
Absolutely not.
It was.
I feel like
it was a good film, but it was. No.
Who's that? It's no Spider-Man 2.
No, of course not. Which actually, I did see that. I saw 2 and 3 in theaters also.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Yeah. I
don't remember. I don't like any of those big movies. I don't remember. I just remember seeing The Climb. So I don't know. So I don't know what that says about my memory.
Were you ever broken out of school to go see a movie when you were a kid?
No. My mom didn't love me.
I remember very distinctly in like kindergarten or first grade, my mom showed up and she was like, "Hey, Christopher has an appointment at the doctor. I have to go take him." And I was like, "What's happening?"
Am I dying?
And then she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go see Narnia."
Hey.
Yeah, she broke me out of school, I think twice actually. Once to go see Narnia, and then the other time to go see Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter movies. I've seen every Harry Potter since the second one. And I think I've talked about that story of seeing the second one.
No, I don't know that story. What happened?
It was like a play date, you know, however old I was, 4 or 5. And we watched the movie, and we were getting to the end when Harry's in the Chamber of Secrets and the basilisk shows up. And the girl that I was with, her and her mom, she got so scared we left the movie, and I got so mad because I wanted to finish the movie.
I remember the stuff.
Yeah. Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I saw all of them, which is really... It was like a family thing, watching all those movies.
Yeah, even if you're not like huge into them, it's one of those things.
Every Christmas, it's like, let's go see Harry Potter.
Have you gone and seen The Secrets of Dumbledore?
No. If I were to walk out of a movie, it would have been Fantastic Beasts, the first one back in the day, but since I paid for that ticket, I didn't. So I never want to see another Fantastic Beast movie ever again. Even though it has Mads Mikkelsen.
And that is a draw. I mean, he's Mads, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, Johnny Depp, you know, I mean, I think he was bad in the role. And as a person who somehow is, yeah, he was just the weirdest possible interpretation. Like, why was Dumbledore into this? Why was Jude Law into this freakish amalgamation of a human being? But like, have you been keeping up with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial thing?
Yeah,
dude, it's freaking wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's the best. I love watching it. Like, I mean, it's like on a serious note. Like,
there's so much funny stuff going on.
It's crazy. I love watching it.
Yeah.
My phone knows now, so now when anything happens, it immediately like sends it to me, and it's like, this stupid thing happened. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that you're into it, because I've asked a couple people like around, and they're like, "Who's Johnny Depp?" And you're like, "Oh my gosh, how are you alive at this point?" But yeah, I don't think I have another huge memory that I wanted to share, and we talked about the work bit. There were a couple things that friends have said to me though. Grace was telling me how excited she was that the movies were back. Mm-hmm. And she had a couple weird stories that she said. I wish she was here, then she could just tell them herself. But she loves the movies. And it's been awesome to like have her be able to go back. She really likes them. Mm-hmm. And then Cody was talking to me. Cody, patron of the show. If you guys want to also become patrons, go to patreon.com/Futon Talks. But he was telling me about it. We were having a conversation just about like the energy that's present when you go to the movie theaters for like a midnight release, even when it's not like a great movie, even if it's just like a Twilight or like a Divergent.
Yeah.
Just the energy that's there.
For sure.
I think it's irreplaceable because there's so many people I've talked to that say, no, we don't need the movies.
Oh
you know,
gosh,
I don't need them.
Me. We saw, that's 111 movies. We saw The Third Hobbit. And we saw that one guy from church dressed up like one of the gnomes or whatever.
Yes.
The dwarves. Yeah.
Do you remember laughing like
loudly?
Uncontrollably. I feel horrible, dude. We ruined that movie for people. I like Peter Jackson already ruined it for everybody, but then we went and double ruined it. So.
Yeah. No, I don't feel bad. But that reminds me of... actually, I don't want to cut Cody's story off. Were you done with Cody, or does Cody have more?
No, I was just... He didn't give a specific story. He was just talking about it. I was actually just talking about someone else, so you go ahead.
Okay. To add on to Cody, one of Aspen's stories was waiting for 12 hours camping out for Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2.
So. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I would totally camp out for the Twilight movies now.
If they did it again, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Remember, that's what they
just
would do.
Watched them
they
all.
would, in the theater, they would have you sit and watch all the movies. Or, like, you could watch all the movies up until the release of the newest one. That's pretty cool.
What a great tradition, yeah.
But all this talk has reminded me of two times that I saw a movie with a young lad, who I was I don't want to say babysitting. That seems demeaning. But
you weren't like really good friends. Was he like a little younger than you?
Yeah, I think you know who he is.
Yes.
Macaroni.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Fable of Link.
Yes.
Okay.
The Fable of Link. Oh my gosh.
His parents bought us 2 tickets to Real Steel with Hugh Jackman.
Dude, I have such vivid memories of Real Steel.
And then the other movie was Ender's Game, which is a terrible movie compared to the book.
Yes, it is.
So,
darn it, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford and Ben Kingsley. And that one
and
weird
the kid from from the Striped Pajamas, Aang or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I think my fondest memories of going to the movie theaters has been the ones with my dad. We've definitely seen the best movies at the theater. I don't care who hears that. The best movies are seeing them with my dad. And at the Cinemark, they do the thing where they bring back old movies for certain celebrations, like 50th anniversaries or 75th anniversaries. And the ones that we saw were The Graduate, one of my favorite movies with Dustin Hoffman. Saving Private Ryan, which is probably the best experience I've had in the theater. Like, seeing that movie was awesome on the big screen. Lawrence of Arabia, which was very long.
Yes.
Some Like It Hot, of course.
Love it.
And then I think we saw Valkyrie together and The Changeling. And we saw, of course, No Country for Old Men. And then there was one more that was... Chappaquiddick, which was super underrated.
Chappaquiddick.
Chappaquiddick.
It's my favorite lake.
But yeah, those are good memories. Probably my best memories in the theater. But I've also seen a lot of weird movies. But before I get into that, do you have any fond memories, like the best movies that you saw, or anything like that?
It's like the movie theater has this weird energy where it can take a movie that's not all that great and transform it and make it into something special for you.
Like Transcendence with Johnny Depp.
With Johnny Depp. I can't think of a movie that I've seen in the movie theater that was actually good. That's, I think, the weirdest thing. Like, every good movie I've ever seen, I'm pretty sure I saw in my house, in my living room. Other than maybe The Batman, which I really liked. Other than that...
What about Casino Royale? Did you see that in theaters?
I have seen... That's the thing. I have seen it in theaters, but I didn't originally see it in theaters.
They did a reshowing?
Like a reshowing. Yeah, like when Quantum of Solace came out, I went and I saw, you got all of them.
Oh,
so that's what I mean. Where like when I was first exposed to a movie, I don't think I've ever really had a lot of movies where first exposed, it was really good. Maybe Interstellar. But I don't remember if I saw that in theater
Oh,
first.
yeah, I saw that with my dad too. In Dunkirk.
Had my ears destroyed, as it were.
Yeah. And I saw Inception too in theaters.
Which you hate. You saw Dunkirk with your dad in theaters.
Yeah.
Which I would have loved to see in theaters.
It was awesome.
But I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Like,
you were on your mission. I don't know if that means you're an idiot.
That's true. Oh, it's so stupid. But the only movie I have like distinct memories of seeing in the theater, other than movies I've seen recently, is Storks. Like an animated movie about storks that like make children and bring them to you. And I was leaving on my mission like right after that. So I was about to be like away from family for forever.
Yeah.
And it like hit me so hard that I remember being like so moved by this movie about like how important family is and like these storks that bring you babies. Like it was a beautiful moment. But it's just so funny how like the movie theater can really elevate an experience, because that movie sucks. Yeah. Like, but man, it was so good for some reason at the moment. But no, what's your thing that you move into?
Oh, it's just the weird movies that I saw in theaters that I probably wouldn't see. I don't know like why I went to go see them. I mean, my dad took me to Master in Disguise or Master of Disguise.
I'm a little turtley.
Turtle.
Turtle. Dude, why was that movie so freaking huge?
I don't know.
People quoted that to me my entire life. I've never seen that movie, but people would just walk up to me and be like, I'm turtle. I don't know.
I wish people
so
did that
weird.
to me. That's awesome.
Dude, it's constant.
Make my life way better. Let's see. I probably wouldn't have gone to go see Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man.
Really? You're not a Elton John Queen guy?
I like their music. I don't need to go see a movie about them. You know.
I understand. I haven't seen either of them.
Or Indiana Jones 4. Are you kidding me?
Ooh. But you would have had to try.
I guess I would have.
You would have had to see for yourself.
Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar.
Do you not mean Avatar 1?
Avatar
prequel to
1.
Avatar The Way of Water?
Yeah. Or like I probably wouldn't have gone to go see Megamind or WALL-E when I was younger.
Dude, you don't like WALL-E? You don't like
WALL-E's fine. WALL-E's actually
confronting
a really
the end
good,
of the world?
WALL-E's a really good movie. But I
movie.
probably wouldn't have gone to go see it in the theater. Like, you know, if I had the choice.
Okay. Well, what about Avatar then? Because I get that you're an Avatar hater. I get that you're cool, so you hate Avatar. But Avatar's awesome, okay? It was amazing.
It's not.
Dude, it was probably my favorite movie ever when it came out. Me and 7 billion other people.
Nah, I know.
It was awesome, dude. So are you going to see the next one?
No.
You have to.
I don't have to do anything.
Dude, it's been being made for like a decade. I mean, you're not curious? What's James Cameron been doing for 10 years?
That is true. I would like to see what he's been up to. That's a good point.
It's just a film crew that just followed James Cameron around as he's been living in the Marianas Trench or whatever.
That's a really good point.
Gosh.
I do want to know, why is this taking so long?
I love that he's like, all right, now that taking 10 years, I got my 7 sequels. I can just drop them year after year.
Jeez.
It's because each one of them takes a year to render in Blender.
Yeah. Hey, didn't we go see Zootopia together? Was that something that we did together, or was that separate?
I know that you and I talked about Zootopia a bunch. I must have seen it with my girlfriend at the time.
I guess.
but yeah.
Or like Aragon.
Yes, I remember the cardboard cutout for Aragon.
Dragon movie.
Yes. That's so weird. I remember playing the DS game for Aragon. It was amazing.
Yeah. Actually, I
loved
had
it.
that, yeah.
It was really good.
I saw Split.
Ooh. I still haven't seen it.
I wouldn't want to go see that. I didn't even watch what's it, Unbreakable?
Unbreakable, yeah.
Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, yeah.
Did you see Glass?
No.
It's good. It was good.
That wasn't very convincing. It's good. It's good.
It is good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of fun.
I like American Sniper's pretty good.
Bradley Cooper.
Dude, I saw Lincoln
Shoot
with
the
my
child.
dad. That was so good.
Dude, what a great movie. Lincoln's awesome.
That's not a good movie though. Planet of the Apes and Star Trek Into Darkness.
Ooh. Is Into Darkness the one where they play the Immigrant song?
No idea. It's the one with
Because I don't mind
Cumberbatch.
the new Star Trek movies. I think they're all right. Because I like Chris Pine a lot, and he makes it work for me.
And another movie that was really good was Mad Max Fury Road. Seeing that in theaters was awesome.
Dude, still,
I don't know why
seen
people hate that movie.
What? People hate that movie? People
It's usually
hate that
women.
movie.
I'm finding out that usually girls do not like Mad Max Fury Road because like nothing goes on, even though that's the whole point. Even though there's a ton going on the screen, I don't know what they're talking about.
Like nothing goes on between
Like characters,
Max.
there's no dialogue, there's nothing going on, but there's so much acting, facial expressions, and body movement, cars clashing and exploding. That's the whole point.
big car. Yes.
I kind of want to go.
I haven't seen
want
it.
to see that movie again.
Man, maybe we should watch it.
We should.
I've literally never heard a bad word about Mad Max Fury Road in my entire life, though.
No, it's immaculate.
Dang. Why didn't they make another one? Or is
They're
it good
still
they
making
didn't?
it.
Oh,
Frank
all right.
Miller's taking his sweet time.
Yes, he is.
Did you ever
He's
play the
pulling a
game?
James Cameron. I with you. I played it at your house with you, but I never played it on my own.
The game is so good.
I know you love that game.
So underrated.
Darn it, Metal Gear Solid 5 coming out the same day. Can you imagine a worse release window?
Yeah. Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Or
Yeah, you're right.
Zero Dawn and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Or was it Uncharted 3 and Skyrim?
Ooh, really? That's pretty
Yeah, 'cause
unfortunate.
I think Uncharted was... I don't remember. It was either... Because Skyrim's 11-11-11.
Yes, it is.
And I'm pretty sure Uncharted is 11-1-11 or something like that.
Real close.
Super close, like within a week.
Todd knew that. Todd was doing that on purpose.
Todd knew.
You know how much Todd hates Amy Hennig.
That was back when that usually wasn't a big deal. In a weird way, like with how big the internet and Twitter is now, that's a huge deal because one game is going to be talked about more than the other. Back then, it didn't really do much because I think Uncharted got Game of the Year at a lot of places, as did Skyrim. Yeah, it's weird.
Speaking of Bethesda,
Mm.
Starfield, the game we have seen zero footage of,
Mm-hmm.
that's coming out in November.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Nope.
Does it even exist?
No.
There's no way, right?
I really don't care.
It has to get pushed. And like,
It's
granted, I'm
it
not
has
going
to
to be able to play it anyway, but there's no way it comes out when they say it will.
No. When you only... What is it? It's May? Yeah, it's May.
Mhm.
Your
They have-
birthday's tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, I know. I learned that a couple days ago. I forgot.
Yeah, this game has, what, 6 months left?
Yeah,
And we've only
and
seen artwork. Or we did see that one GIF of the robot. Or that GIF.
dude, you're right. What am I thinking? They're fine.
Yeah,
It's coming along nicely.
yeah. I'm not sure. And then there's that Redfall game, which is definitely going to get pushed.
Oh yeah, that's getting pushed.
Which already looked. I don't know what people see in that game. It looks like, what was that one movie that game? Evolve. It looks like Evolve again. Right.
It does, yeah.
I don't know.
I've given up hope on the asymmetric shooter I wanted so bad. It's not happening for me. I've just had to accept it.
Yeah.
It didn't work out with freaking Ubisoft Counter-Strike. What's it called? Siege.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work out with New Left 4 Dead. I already forgot what it's called. So whatever. I'm broke.
I've heard the Evil Dead game is really good, and it comes out in like a week. I get my.
It comes out in a week?
I get my collector's edition. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes
there's
out.
like zero talk about it. That's kind of sad.
Game Informer did a whole thing. It was on their like cover.
Oh, that's good.
May 13th.
Maybe I'll take a break from Slay the Spire. It's so good, Chris.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm glad.
I sat down to like open it the other day just to see what it was and then delete it. Give it like 30 minutes, and then if it doesn't catch me, then goodbye.
Yeah.
And like I've had like no time recently, just because I'm in a bunch of really hard classes right now. I'm a TA. I work at the school, and then just between all that stuff and trying to actually be healthy and like exercising, I just don't have a lot of time anymore. And anyway, I sat down and I freaking played it for 6 hours yesterday. I didn't even sleep. It was amazing. I regretted nothing. It's all I've been thinking about this whole podcast. I don't even want to be here right now. I just want to go play Slay the Spire. It's really good. But I'm also secretly and quietly addicted to Magic.
The Gathering?
Magic the Gathering. I love Magic the Gathering. I play it whenever I'm with Wyatt. I'll like buy cards and give them to him because I know if I buy them and keep them for myself, I'll like spiral hopelessly into poverty.
Yes.
But anyway, it's a card-based roguelike, and so you kind of build a deck and you like build around, like different synergies and stuff, and then you progress, and oh my gosh, dude. It's so good. I love it so much. So
that's good.
You won't play it because you got to go, raise generations of animals in Tokyo, but
that's right.
Which is understandable. That's pretty dope. I want you to send me a picture of your dog with clothing on.
Okay.
I'm sick of you sending me these nude dogs, Chris. It's disturbing.
Yeah. I got a picture for you.
Oh.
I took a break after going through Tokyo Jungle to finish Singularity. I finished that this morning. So good. That's good. I started Sifu yesterday.
Oh, for the first time?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't talk. I haven't even bought it.
Well, I was waiting for my physical edition, and it showed up. So
it finally came? Dang, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or did they not start with a physical edition?
They did not start, no.
Okay.
Because it's technically...
That's great.
It's a smaller title, so...
You'll have to tell me if it's good.
It's worth buying.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of video games, for all our raving fans, Elden Ring, it's coming. We're probably going to record it next week, and that's recorded for the internet. So now I have to do it.
We're going to start with the boss rankings first, and then a week later
and then just
general talk.
Yeah, which will be really nice for us, because I don't know if you guys could tell. This topic was kind of thrown together. We've just been so busy, But I think it's a good time to close. We've been talking for a little while. We had a good discussion here. We're excited. We teased a bit of the future. But the big thing we want to communicate is just that we're grateful that you guys listen, that we get to hear from you guys. It was awesome talking to you guys outside of the show about going to the movies, what it's like to be going back, some of the funny memories we have. And I want you guys, if you haven't told us already, to comment below your warmest memory from the movies.
And your
And then I want you to I want you to subscribe. I want you to hit that bell icon so you're never late to one of our podcasts. And I also want you to take care because we love you. And just know if you want to support us, do those things we just said, and go to patreon.com/Futon Talks and join our very good friends, Cody, Emmett, and John, who are so kind to support the show. But that's all for me.
Thank you.
And that's all from Chris. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.